Hey, what's happening? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I got a movie for you today. It's had a very long gestation period. There was a rumored comic thing about it. In fact, at Wizard World Columbus Comic Con last year, I got this from the artist who signed it down here, and nice print, if you can check that out. And the movie in question is The Legend of the Red Reaper, who's written and directed and stars Tara Cardinal. Tara, you may remember from Delivery, Song of the Shattered, and one of my favorite movies this year, Wrath of the Crows. Now, Tara, like I said, wrote and directed this and also plays the Red Reaper. And she's a half demon, half human reaper who basically hunts demons and stuff. And she was sold at an early age, and the story details her quest for probably revenge, a little retribution, and at the end maybe release. In a way, she has a love interest, Eris, who is a prince who is betrothed to someone else who is in fact in love with her. And it's a pretty ambitious thing to tackle, a period piece, swords and sorcery, swords and sandals type of film, and do all of that on a small budget. And this succeeds in so many ways because the sets are amazing, the costuming is pretty accurate, breathtaking landscapes and breathtaking shots. There's a few problems. We know some people probably don't have haircuts that they would have then, and the acting runs the gamut from maybe this is my first movie to Tara's performance, which is amazing. I mean, she shows all kinds of range in this and all kinds of acting chops, and it's probably the best thing other than Wrath of the Crows that I've seen her in. Probably those are on an even keel with each other. Now, Eliza Swenson plays her, the Seeing Witch, her mom, who looks fantastic. You'll also see Shane Layton as her estranged sister, and there's some parts where Tara wears some really uncomfortable looking panties. And other than that, it's a very well-paced, very cool story. Like I said, if you're a fan of comic books and if you're a fan of things like this right here, then you're definitely going to be a fan of The Legend of the Red Reaper. It's right up that alley. It's parts Red Sonja, parts Conan, parts Xena Warrior Princess, but all done very well. Now, Tara Cardinal in this is a force of motherfucking nature. She's a sword-wielding badass, basically. And she actually shows some really cool, emotionally wrenching parts in this, and she just looks absolutely stunning while doing it. There's a few recycled shots in this. That's probably one of my gigs on this movie. There's a few recycled shots, but nothing like completely absurd, like the car flipping explosion that Troma uses in every fucking movie. But yeah, there is a few recycled shots. Sometimes it seems like shots go on a little too long when people are getting from place to place. There's no exposition there, but you know, it's a very cool story with some breathtaking shots, a really nice revenge subplot with, the forbidden love component in that, and for the most part, it succeeds in being an excellent period piece with some excellent performances, especially by the lovely Ms. Cardinal. And like I said, she looks absolutely stunning in this. And a really cool story, a really well fleshed out indie film, and a real triumph for films of this budget level. Pulling this off. I mean, everybody was saying, well, it's taken so long for this movie to come out. We've been hearing about it for so long. But when you finally see it, you realize why. Because the attention to detail in this film is really cool. And, it's really, really well done for a period piece and for a kind of medieval, Lord of the Rings type set piece in this, and it really works that way. So you can kind of see why it took so long, because that is something that's very hard to pull off with a multi-million-dollar budget, which I'm sure this didn't have. Tara's very good with the sword. She's very good looking, and she can act like nobody's business. So definitely check out The Legend of the Red Reaper when it finally drops. And I think, if you're gonna, it's surprisingly gory, and more or less horror films, and this one is surprisingly gory, and there's some very, very cool stuff, and it has a lot to offer. So I'd say it's definitely an ambitious project that succeeds on a lot of levels and has very few flaws. It has flaws, but the fantastic stuff that happens in the other aspects of this movie completely overcome the flaws. So that being said, I give Legend of the Red Reaper a firm, I've been waiting for this forever, I give it a firm 9 out of 10. Definitely one of the best films I've seen in 2013. I'm Tom. Support independent cinema. Thanks.